You can start.
Okay, hello, good evening, everyone. Meet me with Dita Hanurani. But first of all, I'm going to introduce for International Internship University IIU is a leading virtual education system and global brand confederation, which is the most valuable and trusted worldwide when well reputed in delivering innovative programs. Globally, it is a trusted name for quality training programs and is committed to providing better and virtual education to all the young learners of the globe. In a short span of time, IIU has spread its wings in 195 countries and 6 continents under the strong leadership of its visionary founder, Mr. Pius Pandit Sir Pius Pandit, a committed and inspiring social activist, a passionate educationist from the last 2 decades, providing education to students from various social and cultural backgrounds. Well, I am Dita Hanurani. I'm English teacher. Now I take the privilege to be resource person for the training session by the Training, Learning and Development Department of the International Internship University IIU. So I will share the screen now. My topic is about nurturing autonomous learning. I will share the screen now.
It's visible.
Yep, wait, from the beginning first. Okay, can you see it, the PowerPoint? Yeah, okay, the topic of
Yes,
today.
it's visible. It's visible.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Thank you, Ermina. The topic today is I'm going to talk about the nurturing autonomous learning. First, let me know about, first we will discuss about the definition. What is it? It refers to a situation in which learners are responsible for their learning. They take charge of their own learning and are actively involved, taking individual decisions according to their necessities or preference, focus on the goals they need to achieve. And then, according to Holex, in 2001, page 48, one of the earliest advocates of autonomy in language teaching has defined autonomy as the ability to take charge of one's own learning. But Dickinson in 1987, cited in Gardner and Miller in 1996, page 6, accepts the definition of autonomy as a situation in which the learner is totally responsible for all of the decision concerned with his or her learning and the implementation of those decisions. And then for both, Cheers suggests that autonomy is an approach to educational practice that emphasizes learners' independence and learners' responsibility. And on the other hand, the Kenny here in 1999, page 4031, states that autonomy is not only the freedom to learn, but also the opportunity to become a person. This definition on autonomy can involve learners in taking greater responsibility for what they learn, how they learn, and when they learn. And then why autonomy? Why we use autonomy? Because we know that the goal of education here is to teach students how to acquire knowledge and to encourage them to enthusiastic in learning. Learner autonomy can help to achieve high degrees of creativity and independence. The most common notion for autonomy is a goal of education based on Sang Hae from Journal of Sociological Research. And then next, if you talk about the autonomies, let's talk about the teachers' roles. We have two roles here for the teachers. First is the teacher's role in traditional language teaching and teachers' roles in autonomous learning. Let's discuss the first one, teachers' roles in traditional language teachings. In traditional language teaching, teachers play more important roles than students in education. Teacher is the center of education. The teacher is unquestionable knowledge giver, based on Cortasi and Jeans in 1996, who dominates the class from the beginning to end. According to the Richards and Rogers in 1986, the teacher acts as the model of the language, the lesson planner, the controller of learners' practice, and the assessor of learners' performance. The organizers in the teaching program in terms of knowledge of grammar, the planners of the course, preparing the materials, and deciding what and how learners ought to learn. Next, for the second one, here is teachers' roles in autonomous learning. In learning autonomy, teachers need to adapt to perform a variety of roles. Breen and Kenline classify the roles of teachers into the following categories: teacher as managers and organizer, teacher as facilitator, and the third role is that teacher as counselor. Managing, teacher as a managing and organizer. In learner-centered system, the teachers should take the responsibility of organizing various kinds of activities and games, which are appropriate, effective, and relevant to the classroom teaching, and which will be best meet the student needs and expectations. Facilitator, teacher as facilitator, in order to make the progress more flexible and successful, it is necessary for teachers to serve as facilitator. Features of facilitator, according to Fowler here, facilitator provides psycho-social support and technical support, helping learners to plan and carry out of their learning. Teacher as facilitator, guide to motivate in learning, as facilitators, teachers need to do all the efforts to help make the learning easier and motivate learners to play to the best of their potentials, which includes helping the learners to plan and carry out their independent language learning, helping learners to acquire the knowledge and skills, and motivate learners to learn actively and autonomously. Teachers role as counselor. So let's have a look. The teachers as a counselor here is to give advice and help learners so that they can achieve more efficient learning. This kind of role can be realized by means of helping learners to become more self-monitoring, fulfill learners' aims and needs. Next, now about our topic today is about autonomous. So how to nurture autonomous learner? First, engaging as a partner of their own learning experience. First, involving students in decision making, discuss and involve them in decision making. If students have a say in their own learning, they will show more motivation and commitment. They will also be ready to make decisions about their own learning while they are not at school. The second, organizing the sitting arrangement. That's for the autonomous learners. Ask students to help you organize by sitting arrangement for a group work, by arranging the furniture themselves. They will understand the importance of arranging furniture when studying in other spaces outside school. They will also need to work cooperatively with others. That's for the second one. And then for the third one is choosing some content materials, making students reflect on content and involve them in selecting materials will expose them to more English outside the class, understand how to look for information outside school. And the fourth, discuss with the class best ways to record vocabulary. Each student will be responsible for updating their personal dictionary during or 3 minutes before the end of each lesson. By recording and using their own dictionaries, students personalize the list according to what they need. If dictionaries are used consistently, they will be a powerful tool to play word game and recycle vocabulary. Choosing how to do and present a task. That's the autonomous learners. When giving tasks, students may choose how to do it. Option will change according to the task. If students understand there are different ways of performing a task, they will be able to decide the best way to do a task on their own when they are not at school. And then for the sixth, assessing the learning. Involve student in assessment for learning. In this way, they will be more aware about what to improve in order to communicate more fluently and accurately. By thinking about their learning and mistakes, students will understand the implication of making mistakes. For example, lack of understanding and communication. It's important to reward those students who make the effort to rewrite posts correctly and use the reward system to see assessment and correction as a scaffold to get to the objectives. And then now my challenge here, I have already adapted my autonomous assessment or learning for my students. First, here is the example. Here is the autonomous learner in my classroom. In this picture, we can see that here is the autonomous learners. I give the ownership to my student to make some rules that what we call 101 English house rules. This is the ownership or autonomous. Why? Because the student here can create some rules by their own, and then they can stick it on the wall. Here is in my classroom. And for the rules here, they created by themselves. For example, here, always speak English in class. Here is they select the rules. And then for the second, don't too late for class. Don't be late for class. And then next, don't sleep in class. And always turn in your task in time. So this 101 English rule here to help students to be more confident. And then they have to obey this 101 house rule. And for daily activity, especially in my English classroom, they have to obey those rules that have already created. And then next, here is the example for sitting arrangement. This is my student. They can arrange the sitting arrangement by themselves. When they do a kind of work together and do it cooperatively with their friends or the colleagues, they can sit wherever they want. They can sit, they can arrange the seat. In the picture here, the The students look so happy, excited in working cooperatively because they can communicate each other and have the sheet arrangement and arranged by them. And then they can have a seat on the floor. They look so enjoyable. That's the autonomous learners. And then next here is also the example. This is my student. They work cooperatively. And for the seating arrangement here, they also arrange their seating and they can choose the best place that they want. The next is here. There's I use Padlet. I use Padlet here to submit their work. So in this case, I ask my student to learn about descriptive text. And then for the ownership here, for the autonomous here, learners here, I ask my student to select their own topic. They have to browse whatever they want about the topic. And in this case, in descriptive text, the topic is about the tourism place. So the autonomous learner here will begin when they can browse the topic by choosing the area, by choosing the tourism place by own. So I give a kind of freedom to my student to choose which like the best tourism place that they want. For example, here student from group 1, they choose Taman Safari Pre-Grand. It's a kind of a zoo here. And then for tourism place here is a Bali, Tanah Lot Bali. They selected by their own. So I give the autonomous learning here to choose the topic based on this genre, descriptive text. And then for the autonomous learners here, I also give ownership to my student to assess by giving the comment and also ask the other students, and they can give like here. You can see that here, the like here. That's the autonomous learning. Well, I think that's enough for the presentation. Maybe any questions? Yes. Hello.
We don't have questions.
Oh, no questions? Okay, that's all the presentation that I have today.